So what was the weight like between 61 and 62 from your vantage point?
Yeah, it showed up a little bit. Let's face it, he was the center of attention because the wins and losses at that point really didn't matter. It's not really in his nature to be that guy in the spotlight alone, but that's where he was, and you can see it in his swing a little bit after hitting number 61. Did he get pitches to hit? Yes, he did. I'm going to show you pitches that he got to hit when he had count leverage and the ball was in the zone, and you're going to see something very similar in all these swings. Did you see where the contact point was? Slightly underneath the baseball. I mean, just underneath it. Now, Aaron's become a much better pull hitter this season. That's been part of why he's hit 62. But time and time again, you're seeing this happen. On time, but just look at the contact point. Slightly on the bottom of the baseball. You talk about the difference between a home run and a foul ball being microscopic. Time and time again, you're looking at very similar swings. Now, the way Aaron hits, he loads on his back hip, keeps his head behind the baseball, but sometimes you're seeing here getting underneath the baseball. Watch the body tilt. You see him tilt over a little bit? There's a little bit of tilt there when he misses underneath the baseball. In Texas, guess what? Same thing's going on here, slightly underneath the baseball. This was very unusual. Why? Because Aaron Judge doesn't do this. He doesn't pop up. That's the first time he popped up inside the infield since 3 years ago. 1,501 plate appearances since Aaron Judge did this. Are you kidding me? Launch angle 74 degrees on this. Why is that important? He's only done that, missed the ball underneath that much, 4 times in his career. Statcast can show us those pop-ups. Going back to Tuesday, you have to go back 3 years to 2019, and then his first full season, 2017, did it twice. It's amazing that Aaron's a home run hitter who doesn't pop up. It's so rare for him, but that's what he did. But you know what? He made an adjustment because it looked like he was on time, but underneath the baseball. Then I saw this last at-bat here, or 7th inning at-bat. Didn't get underneath that one. Yeah, he got jammed a little bit, but that was a good level pass at the baseball. Maybe not on the barrel, but the path was good. He's not so much underneath. A little thing to notice there, but I think that was a swing that kind of got him back on plane. About 3 hours later, maybe 2 hours, first at bat of the second game of the doubleheader history. You talk about being on time. Did you notice that was the same pitch that he popped up on against John Gray? We're talking about a slider, middle. Mistakes by the pitchers. Gray got away with it. Why? Because Aaron was underneath it. Tinoco didn't get away. Same pitch, same swing. Look at the contact point. Again, the pop-up just slightly underneath the baseball. There's a little more tilt in the torso. Head behind the baseball, loaded on that back hip, gets through this one. Slight adjustment. Watch this swing here. Watch how close the bat stays to his body. And if you notice, Aaron Judge at 6'7", the barrel of his bat never gets beyond his back foot. That's how tightly connected he is. It's amazing to see a guy 6'7", so tightly connected. You talk about for the record books. I mean, I don't know that you can find anybody else in history who leads not just this league, but the major leagues in so many different categories. So, listen, I don't know if anybody's going to do this ever again. It might be Aaron Judge, actually, because guys, as they age, tend to hit with more power through their 30s once you have it. I wouldn't discount a guy like Mike Trout, and we'll talk about him when you look at Mike Trout's home run rate. Career high, and it's getting better as he ages. If you give him this many at-bats full season, and I know with Mike that's a big caveat, but he's about 56, 57 home run guy.
Right.
So we'll see, but let's enjoy this while we can because I don't know if we'll ever see it again across the board, those numbers that we saw.
Rek, as a player, you digest those numbers and that look from Tom, which was awesome, just to see how close you can be to making history in Aaron Judge's case. What comes to your mind?
Well, when I saw what Tom was going through right there, I noticed the bat angle. You talked about his body lean, and that you end up being a little bit steep, and you could see it there in some of the shots we got. I really like those, and that's how you end up kind of being underneath the baseball. A lot of those he was trying to get out in front. He was popping some of them up. But for me, I look at Judge's entire season. You talk about the recency and what the adjustments he's made. I look at the entire season, and you saw it right there with that last home run, the 62nd home run, and realistically, that was a pitch that he should hit out, right? I mean, it's a hanging slider, kind of middle downish, but that's something that he handles. Well, he's done that so well all year. And to me, the one thing, and I looked at this on Baseball Savant, it's all about the swing take ratios and kind of where he lands in all of baseball, that number 84, that's a positive number. And this essentially, as you can see at the top there, it assigns a value per pitch based on outcomes. And you see where each pitch ends up. Heart of the plate, middle of the plate, that's where you should do damage. Shadow, those are the edges of the plate, right? Chase, that's outside of the zone. Waste is just way off. And essentially, if you take the chase pitches, take the waste pitches, you get positive outcomes. If you do something good with those shadow pitches, something good happens. Those heart pitches, those are the pitches middle. He's got a plus 51 on the year. Number 2 on the year is Austin Riley at 22. 22. So that is what he has done better than anybody all year long. And I like to think about this game in the mental aspect. And to me, it's all about approach. He's put himself in a situation where he's one of the biggest, strongest guys out there. Every full season he's had in the major leagues, aside from 2020, every full season he has led Major League Baseball in exit velocity, average exit velocity. And this year, no different. He's putting the ball in play in the air more than he ever has. Fly ball rate is highest it's ever been. And he's not missing. And it's because he's looking for mistakes and not missing them. So to me, he's becoming just that more ever, evolved player. You talk about as you get older, you hit more home runs. A lot of that comes because you're just smarter in the way you go about things. And that's what I'm seeing from Aaron Judge in totality. This whole race, and he never really got out of that. Even though he went through a little, thing here between 61 and 62. To me, look, that's natural. He starts trying to do a little bit too much. It happens, but he's able to make a quick adjustment, gets himself back, and you're going to see the Aaron Judge we saw all year in the playoffs.
That lull is exaggerated because of the attention, not just within our game, but the entire sports world. And I guess you can kind of understand the added tilt when you're getting booed for ripping doubles and singles and taking walks. It's like, well, okay, I guess the only thing that's going to please all these people is if I launch a home run. But looking at Judge's season in totality, it's the fact that he's a complete hitter, the position he played, the burden he carried for a first-place Yankee team, helping them single-handedly essentially avoid what would have been an historic collapse. It looks like he's going to come up short in pursuit of the Triple Crown. This is the last day of the regular season. Aaron Judge is not slated to start for the Yankees, and he's 4 points behind Luis Arraez of the Twins, who's in the lineup for Minnesota, but would have to go 0 for 8. If Judge doesn't have a plate appearance, doesn't get a knock, Arraez of all hitters would have to go 0 for 8 to lose that crown to Aaron Judge. As you see, Triple Crown watch, a remarkable run and effort for Aaron Judge, coming up just short of one of the greatest achievements in all of sport.